Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Gemini, to another reading for you. This reading will be from the 12th of September until the next 2 weeks, 2021, Virgo season, guys. Sun, Moon, Rising, Gemini, with Venus and Jupiter in your individual planetary positions, okay? You know the drill, guys. Whatever resonates with you, take that. Whatever you don't feel is your story, leave that, okay? Check your moon and rising for a better energy check. Now, let's call upon our spirit guide, angel, ancestor, my divine source into this reading as I channel the energies with you in the real time, okay? Gemini, let's see what your story is around this portion in time. Take the guidance and you will get the answer, okay? The Fool and the Eight of Pentacles, okay? So somewhere you feel that there could be a trust issue in yourself with regards to your dreams, right? You want to go forward with your dreams. You want to trust your fate. You want to trust your destiny. But then you're also a little bit dicey about this. You're kind of juggling, right? At this point, trying to understand with the deep concentration and focus, trying to understand if there is a cycle in your life that you can close and possibly head towards a new direction in your life, but you're not very sure. You're trying to kind of figure things out. Yeah, the Hermit energy. You know, you could be in a solitary situation at this point, trying to work upon yourself, understanding for some of you. But there is a lot of solitude because the Knight of Wands, because there is an energy that is kind of sitting in your life, right? Because this time around, what I feel that, guys, with the Knight of Wands showing up, it could be a very impatient energy. You're trying to retain your impatience. You're trying to first reorganize yourself, the Tower, right? Because you know that in order for you to do something new in your life, professionally, personally, in any situation, you need to have a shift, a movement, right? Now, this movement could be internal movement, external movement from your disappointment, emotional grief, regret, loss that's been sitting in your life, Gemini. And the Fool. You know, when you might feel that you have lost out on a lot of opportunities in your life that you could have otherwise had because you did not act in the way, you did not do things in the way that you should have done before, right? That's where the Nine of Swords is. That's where you're feeling very anxious about the whole situation because then you have the Hierophant, right? So there is some kind of rigidity in yourself, in your understanding that you're trying to move away from as well, and trying to gather back your self-will, your faith, your understanding in the fact that you can change your time, right? Because there is something in your situation that could be your turning point as well from this situation, but you're a little bit skeptical about the situation. You're not very sure is also what I'm getting, right? And that's what you're trying to work on. Some of you could be unlearning some things in your life to relearn something new, right? Some of you, whatever you had known before, or you had understood before, you kind of practically find that it has outgrown your understanding portion, right? So the Four of Wands, okay? And then we have Justice. And then we have the High Priestess. Wow, okay. So inner knowing, something you know internally. Your subconscious is telling you to do something about a situation in your life that you probably haven't really worked on. You could be very well in touch with your intuitive self at this point, Gemini, right? That your inner knowing, it's a secret. You're not telling anybody. But internally, right? Internally, you're feeling that pull towards your understanding that it's time to do some kind of justice in a situation that could pertain to your safety, your security, your place of residence. Could be a domestic situation for some of you, whatever that is for people at large, right? But your conscious self could be different, but your subconscious self is definitely giving you that nudge. It's giving you that nudge to take action on something that you have been holding on for a long time, right? You have been fighting a situation of justice where there could be injustice in your life for some of you, right? And you have been kind of being stubborn about that situation for some of you. You could have said to yourself that you don't want it, right? So, because it is like whatever you have known, you have learned before, you didn't want to unlearn anything. You didn't want to relearn anything new. You were quite comfortable in what you knew. You felt at home with that situation for some of you, right? But now it's coming to a point, Gemini, it's coming to a point where you're feeling that sense of defeat in yourself. Excuse me. Some of you could be even thinking of surrendering something in front of someone you haven't done before, right? It could be also that for some of you. But definitely there is a sense that you're feeling from within you that it's time. The time is here, or the time is coming, right? That knowing the inner subconscious. And you're not telling that to anyone, but you know that the time is coming or it's already here, right? The bottom of the deck, guys, is the King of Wands, right? So the King of Wands, again, is an energy that either you're in touch with somebody who is kind of an entrepreneur, very motivational, can talk really well, can inspire other people to do what they haven't done before. You know, that kind of an energy where somebody is that leader, right? And this person is like, no, you have to do this. You have to do this. It's time. You know, get going. And it's kind of very inspiring. Very inspiring, not in a bad way, in a nice way, in a good way, you know. But this person is all about being an entrepreneur, being motivational, can be a little bit dramatic at times, like when they are too inspiring, there is a bit of a flair of drama, right? Where you like that person for that little dramatic effect that they bring into your life, right? You like to see either they act it out or their facial expression would denote that drama, right? There is something very, the theatrical part, right? When you are acting in a play or a drama, you have the theatrical flair in you, right? When you give those little punches in your body language, or with your body language, or with your facial expression at times, or even with the tone of the voice, anything, right? But whatever the story is, this person is also a visionary, right? So you could be in touch with somebody like this who could be a bond leader, is a visionary. So this could be a motivational factor for you as well as others, right? Because then you have the Seven of Cups. So there is something that you feel that you want an opening. You know, you want some kind of an opening to your understanding, because you could be feeling quite delusional about a situation in your life, right? And you could be seeking help from this person, for some of you, right? You could be seeking help to understand what this person would have done if this person was in your shoes, Gemini, right? Where there are a lot of things you want to do, but you're not sure. It's very delusional, very clouded, very up in the air. You know, for some of you, you could be dreaming of those. It could be your fantasies, but then it's not for real, right? But at the same time, it is an energy that you want to find an answer to, right? You want some kind of an answer to this situation here with the Death card, right? So you would like to know what it is that you have to do in order to move from one situation of your life to another, because you're not very clear about your understanding, right? That's what I'm getting. You're not very clear with your understanding what it is that you need to do in order to release the pressure of not understanding. This is also creating some kind of a pressure in you, Gemini, because you're not finding the right door, right? You have many options. You have a lot of options, but what would be the right option for you? That is your question. That would help you move yourself from one situation to beginning a new situation in your life, because there is a potential growth situation in your life, Gemini. You know, something is hovering in your case. Some new story, some new idea, some new growth, some new fertility, energetic, right? Something that will start off a new story in your life. But this is where you could be asking for help, or you could be trying to figure things out, for some of you, by yourself too. You know, being enterprising, being that person, motivational, getting that energy drive to figure out what is the best possible option in your case to do something like this. For some, it could be business. For some, it could be work, right? That possibly when you're working right now, you're okay, you're not bad. But then at the same time, you want some more opportunities in your life. You want to grow, right? You want to grow. But with that growth comes the question, how and what do I do, right? To change that situation towards this new story. You got the Ace of Wand, you got the Ace of Pentacle. Look, so there are two new aces in the tangible world that is hovering in your life, okay? It's hovering in your life. And you could be thinking about this situation, because this could be an opportunity, Gemini, and for some of you with the Five of Cups, that you had before, but you did not take it. So some of you guys could be going through that period of worry a little bit, feeling at a loss about the situation that you had in your life that you did not accept or you did not take. So you want to know what it is that you can do to revisit the same situation again and bring back that ace in your life to start something in the tangible world for yourself, for some of you, right? Because see, we start the reading off with the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a happy card. It's a card of marriage. It's a card of promise, right? It's a card of fun, get together, family, friends, loved ones, right? It's a card that talks about your safety, when you feel very safe within yourself, that, oh, I'm in this environment, right? These are the four walls of my house. And whatever I do within those four walls of my house, I know I'm safe, right? That safety, that security, that whatever happens tomorrow, you're still very secured with your money, with your love, with your people around you. You should be feeling very safe and secured with your connections you have within that four walls of your house, because that is where your home is. But this is where some of you guys could be married as well, right? Could be married as well to somebody. But there is this justice, and when justice appears, to me it says that there has been injustice in that place that needs rectification for justice to be delivered or to be served. So for some, karma could have been served, or karma is being served at this moment, right? At this point in time. So where internally, subconsciously, you know the story, why things are happening, whatever it is happening, right? You know that. You can feel that. So, you know why whatever is happening, we'll find out that situation is happening because of some kind of karma that is taking place in your life at this point, Gemini. Now, this could be within yourself too, for some of you, right? This also could be within yourself too. Or for some, it could be actually in a place where you live, whatever that situation is. And that is something you're very aware of. Right? You're aware that something that you have built, your empire that you had built, there is something that is going on there, right? So you are aware of that situation. Subconsciously, you know that. You can feel. For some, it could be with your stability, with your empire. That for some, you feel that you have lost out. You don't have an empire anymore, right? It's metaphor, right? It's not that you have lost a home or anything like that, that you're hopeless. No. That's not what I'm saying. But having the real empire of stability is where you feel safe, right? That is your home. That's where you've lived. That's what you do. That's what you know. You're familiar. But there is something that you're not saying. You're not saying out loud, Gemini. But you can feel something within you, right? And this is where possibly you feel that it's time for you to surrender that situation, because you have become tired. You have become tired of holding on to something in your life that you have been fighting against your strength, like you have been calling your reserve strength in every moment, every day. You have been calling your reserve strength. You have been a warrior for a long time, trying to rebuild, trying to keep that home, trying to keep that empire, keep that story running for stability. You have been really working very hard within yourself as well as outside to bring in that, stability. You have been doing a lot materially, financially. You're tired, you're drained somewhere. You feel that you had enough of doing this over and over and over and over again, right? You're tired, like you're holding on to your last want in here, and this is like, oh, I still have to go. There is still a little bit more to be done, right? For some, it also could be that there is still a little bit more that needs to be finished, to be done. Okay, but at the same time, you are definitely feeling drained in yourself because, that's where the King of Cups, that's where emotionally too, you're feeling quite depleted. Like you have been fighting with your emotional strength, with your material strength, both, right? That trying to keep that balance in a place where you need both emotion as well as your stability. So emotional stability is also a part of the same story to keep things up and running, right? But where you're again feeling depleted and you're kind of holding on and saying to yourself, okay, 2 more years, 3 more years, right? And it will be done. So that is the kind of energy that you're trying to clutch onto, right? Now this is where there is a change that's coming up, Gemini. Because of your emotions, that is, like I told you, it's being depleted over days. There is only that much you can hold on to, guys. Right? When you're not being emotionally fulfilled, over days you're still fighting to keep that going. There is a point in time when you will tell yourself that I had enough, right? I really had enough. I cannot keep holding on to my reserve strength and keep telling myself, okay, a couple of weeks more, a couple of months more, a couple of years more. I can't keep doing this because I'm depleted. I'm fighting with my reserve strength. I'm being a warrior. Like every day is a fight. Every day I'm struggling to keep up to my strength or with my strength. So it's the time for me to abandon that situation now. Right? Emotionally intelligent. Like I call this man emotionally intelligent. So somewhere that emotional intelligence is coming back in you, Gemini, where you're telling yourself that enough is enough. I need to quit this situation. I can't keep fighting this situation every day and I get nothing, basically, right? Or I'm not getting what I need, or what I feel I should have been getting from a situation here that internally you know that there has been injustice for you, right? And what are you looking at? You're looking for your success. Because you know the moment you can leave and abandon something in your life that is dented, that's gone, that's no longer going to come back, all these cups are empty, you will get a truth, you will get a clarity, because the moment your mind is clear, see, this is where the delusion is. The reason you're being delusional is because you're still holding on to those dented cups. So until you leave, then that is something one might tell you here. The person who is the King of Wands, right? That is the person who might give you this advice. Then until you leave the situation and clear your emotions, because you're emotionally intelligent, you're not a fool. You know what matters to you. You know how much emotion you have, what you need to keep back, what you need to show. So you're not a fool. But at the same time, if you don't take action on this situation and let yourself free from this delusion, you won't be able to move forward. So the only way you can be free from this delusion and be successful with your truth and clarity is only when you let your pent up bad emotions leave you. That's when the truth will hit you and you will know what to do. What kind of communication, what kind of action that is required to be taken will come back to you automatically, because the moment you can push yourself away from that bad situation and let go of that negativity, let go of that grief, let go of all that bad dented cups, you will immediately find that your mind is opening up to a whole new story. That itself will direct you towards your own situation of whatever that you are moving towards. Right? Some of you could be thinking about traveling, but you are again delusional. You have options if you want to go, where you want to go, what you want to do. You're not clear. Right? You have options. So over here, there could be that situation that this is because you're still hanging on, Gemini, to something in your life that you're not clearing yourself away from. You're not leaving. And until you leave that situation, you will not be able to move forward, nor will you be able to find justice for yourself, right? So you have been very stubborn about this situation. That is something somebody could be even telling you that you need a change of life. You need a change of situation for your own personal growth and happiness. But if you don't let yourself open, you don't get out of that clouded, bad emotional contact you have within your premises, I would say. Until you can do that, you will not be able to do anything because you'll get stuck. Once you are clouded, you are sitting and you're not abandoning that situation. You're still in that very toxic place wherever you are. You will never be able to find clarity to move forward. So this is a very important part of your life, Gemini. Very, very important for you guys, okay? Because this is where your understanding will get the better of you. You will find success in your life. You got 3 aces. You will find a lot of success in your life towards your new enterprise, towards your new story, whatever that is for each one of you. But until you can clear yourself, until you can detoxify yourself, until you can convince yourself that you don't need this. You really don't. Until you're emotionally intelligent to figure out that what it is that you need to do. Otherwise, you will be going around in circles and fighting the same situation without a change in your life at all. At all. Right? Everybody needs change. And a change is very difficult. But a change is what brings you back your success. Remember that. So until you change your understanding, your situation, until you can figure things out and convince yourself that success is there for me, I just have to move past my old karma and start my new karma. Right? 8 and 8. So you are in that situation at this point in time. But this is something that you have to realize and take guidance from. Let's look at Justice and the High Priestess, because there are 2 majors sitting here right on the top. Please talk to me about justice, because internally, guys, internally you could be feeling that you have been deprived of a lot of things in your life, right? That you feel that you have been deprived of. Yeah, the turning point, the Seven of Pentacles, right? There is a turning point. Now, whether you want this or not, it's completely up to you. Because that's when the justice will happen if you can move from one phase of life to the other. So internally, you know that there has been a lot of injustice in your life, that you now stand, you're getting another chance to begin something new, and it's completely up to you if you want to take that Seven of Pentacles and do a refresher course for yourself to begin something new in your life. But this is your point. Your point is right here. And if you can do this, this will bring you back your justice that you feel that you have lost out on. Please talk to me about the High Priestess. So I would say universe is giving you a second chance to surrender your old situation with the Star card, to surrender the High Priestess, right? That surrender to somebody in your life, that could be one, or to surrender to an old situation that you no longer want, and, like I said, start a new situation for yourself, right? But you have to clear yourself first. You have to let go of the old energy that is still subconsciously haunting you, telling you things you don't want it. If you have to start something fresh, Gemini, you need to let go of that and begin a new journey which gives you back your hope, faith, and purpose. So if you have to surrender yourself to the divine, do that. Do that. You don't have to surrender yourself to anybody else. If you want to, when you feel you have not been fair with somebody in your life and you want to surrender that and say the truth, it's all yours. If not, surrender your faith to the divine and trust that the divine is here to guide you towards your destiny. Right? You have to trust that. Please talk to me about the Nine of Wands, because everything is clearing. You can clear out things is only when you surrender, right? You let go of it. You don't sit with that pain, don't sit with that guilt, don't sit in that energy and cry over everything that you did not get in your life. No, you have to surrender that and let it go, because once you can do that, you're clear of your emotions. Look, you're clear of your emotions. You're probably not purging out your emotions, Gemini. You're holding it too tight in yourself. You're not purging it out. You're not releasing it. You know, sometimes it happens with people, right? That you could be in love with somebody, as an example, but you're not telling that person. You're holding it, you're being very stubborn, and you're like telling yourself, no, I can't tell her or him. And that is causing you a lot of trouble, because you're again going against the forces of your desire to say something, to tell something that needs to be told. So why hold it back, right? Why hold it back? And that is where you have to surrender your understanding. Then, no, it's time for me to say what I have to say, to do what I have to do, to clear myself of all the past issues, if I've had any, right? And do what I have to do in the real way, right? For some, it could be that. For some, it could be that there is a connection in here that needs to open up, that needs to be like somebody has to surrender their emotions in here in front of someone. That also could be a point where they have been holding on for way too long and not saying what they have to say, right? And that is where the King of Pentacles could be talking about some kind of stability factor here that requires attention for some. But this is a story. Let's see here. Please talk to me of the King of Pentacles. So there could be a possibility that before you actually eventually open up to somebody and tell the truth, you want to feel yourself more stable with your money, with your wealth, with your empire for some. The Moon, yeah. Because look guys, you've been hiding a lot of feelings for someone here. And you're hiding that feeling is because you're feeling, this is your own feeling. You're feeling that you're not stable to say the truth. And that you don't have enough money in your pocket to say the truth. You know, make a proposition, it's a proposition. But you have to surrender that, guys, and start something new, because if you keep hiding yourself and fearing the worst, oh, if I tell this person might reject me because they might feel I don't have enough money in my pocket. Right? Those kind of thoughts could be coming up in your life. See, the King of Pentacles. Yeah, it can be coming up that this person might not like me when they know the truth that I don't really have a home, or maybe I don't have enough money, or whatever. But that is where your fate is. That is where you have to trust your dreams. That is where you have to trust yourself. That whatever happens, it's okay, but I'll still go forward and tell the truth, right? That is where my spiritual journey is. I want to start a new spiritual life with some of you. I'm even getting that, right? Let's look at the Eight of Cups. But if you keep hiding yourself under the covers of false misinterpretation, fear, thinking, if I say this, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen. If I say that, I don't know what's going to happen. No. Trust yourself. If the person really loves you and you really love that person, things will be all fine. Don't get so anxious to already start working on your fears. You get my point? Like you've already taken it for granted that you will be rejected, or that person will reject you because they might feel, oh, you really don't have a stability here, then how can you come forward and offer me anything? So you already have started to work on that fear. And if you work on that fear, Gemini, you will not be able to move forward, right? With the Nine of Pentacles. So there is somebody in your life, or you could be single by yourself, or you could be starting a very different life for yourself by moving away from other energies, right? By segregating yourself, or trusting that you by yourself can manifest back that quality of life that gives you your freedom, your health, your wealth, your abundance, your financial independence, everything, right? So somebody could be even telling you that. Somebody could be advising you to do this. But you could have fear about that. You might be telling yourself, oh, is that possible? Can I do that? Can I leave something and walk away? Or, start a new life for myself? So you could be feeling that again within you. Is it possible? Because if you're in love with somebody, you might want to leave a home where other family members you have may not be agreeing with your choice you have made. It can happen, right? So in which case you might feel a little bit unstable in yourself, and then you don't know that if the person you love and you want that person, And if you really don't have a stable foundation, you don't know where to go the next part of your story, right? Because if you are leaving a marriage or leaving a home and trying to become single, right, it concerns your factor of stability for sure. It definitely is a question of you having or you starting a new life for yourself. It can be. But again, that can cause a lot of fear in you, right? It's a change. It's a change, and that is the fear. The Nine of Wands. Can you do that? Right? Can you go that far? It's time to go. You know that, but you're fearful. Right? You're trying to hang on. You're trying to tell yourself, okay, a little bit more time. A little bit more time. And you're fighting. Because you know that you don't have time, but you're giving yourself that confidence that no, I can do it if I have a little bit more time. Let me work this out, right? Let me work this out. Because it could be for some of you that in the past you made a lot of mistake and you don't want to repeat that again. So you're trying to be very organized in yourself for some of you before you eventually take the path. Please talk to me about the Ace of Swords. Because like I said, some of you guys could be really going in for a big time change, right? And that could be your factor of stability, which is again affecting your emotional part of the story. Yeah, see? The Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. There is a new beginning in life, guys. From a place where there has been a lot of conflict and drama that you could not move out of. But you are on your road. You're starting something fresh. You're definitely finding success with your strength and with your energy here. You will. 200% Gemini. That will allow you to move towards your karma. Eight of Wands. Some of you guys could be traveling. Some of you guys could be whatever that situation is. The Emperor. Yeah. You're taking control of this situation, guys. Some of you could be leaving a marriage to become single. It also can be possible, which is again affecting your stability in life. Or some of you guys could be in touch with somebody who is single and you really love that person and you want to tie the knot here. It can be anything. So you're coming to the point of finding that confidence in yourself. That if you want, you can do this. You can make this a success story. Please talk to me about the Eight of Wands. The Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. See? Yeah, the reason you have been delusional, guys, is because of fear. Because somewhere you fear. Yeah, this is a chapter that's closing. Yeah, the World card. That is becoming, it's becoming obsolete. The reason you have not been, like I said, you have been procrastinating because internally you have been worried that you might not be able to sustain this change financially or emotionally, right? Somewhere you have been trying options to see what you can do to get out of this energy as well for some. So some of you guys could be already in this, suffering from this depression, this energetically low energy. There could have been a divorce or there is a separation with somebody in your life that you want to move out from. But then again, there are a lot of options, delusions. You have been feeling a little bit lost. You don't know what you should do in order to move out of this situation. So that is where your guidance is coming, that you will find a closure. You will find a closure, guys, with regards to the situation that will in turn allow you to go into the next phase of your journey in life, Gemini. Okay, so there is something new developing in your case, and you will definitely find the right guidance in terms of people, friends, colleagues, co-workers who will definitely push you, motivate you, encourage you, tell you what you need to do, and resolve that situation for you where you have been sitting in a very dark and dingy kind of a situation. Okay, yeah, so there will be some amount of changes in your life around this portion in time, Gemini, around this portion in time that will allow you to close a cycle and begin a different cycle in your life. In the tangible world, there is something that is crumbling or has crumbled or will crumble. In order for you to move out of that situation of a lot of pain and regret and disappointment from a third party situation in your life that you haven't been able to express, you haven't been able to expand yourself, you felt you were trapped in a bad situation, but now it's time for you to leave that and work yourself out of that situation. That in turn will bring you back your success and drive. Right? Enjoy this reading, guys. Until I see you once again, till then, goodbye, God bless, Khuda Hafiz, and Namaste.